Alright, let me tell you about my show. Wednesday nights. And here we go. It's the rule of three with a touch of Basco. And like the Joker says, and here we go. It's Wednesday night and it's 9 o'clock. Click on the thumbnail, it's about to get hot. We get 3 different questions in only 3 minutes. It ain't for the scared, it ain't for the timid. Some will like us and some just don't. A lot will back us and some just won't. It don't matter with the Khaos crew. We specialize in making things do what they do. So sit back, chill, and enjoy the show with me, Chris, Guy Scar, and Nzo.
Fire, peace. 9 o'clock, Wednesday nights. Don't miss it. Check us out.
What is up, everyone? I am Chris Knight. This is Khaos Central's The Rule of Three, the final show of the week. As you know it, we've got Chaotic Conversation on Monday, which is Danny's show, and then on Tuesday night we have the Khaos List, which is Nzo's show, and this is my show Wednesday night, The Rule of Three. 3 questions, 3 minutes, and 3 people to talk about them. And tonight we got some really good questions, and we've got DC Fandom Week here on the Real Review 3000, which is my channel. So I kind of extended that to tonight with the final 5. So stick around for the final 5. But before we go forward, guys, we're going to go ahead and let these guys talk about themselves. Nzo, start with you. Tell everybody about yourself, your channel, what you've been up to. And I know you had a Versus stream recently. Better talk about that one too. Go ahead.
What's up, guys? Biggaford Entertainment. Next up will be the OOC. It ain't even about that. The Versus stream was good. You know what I mean? I can't wait to do it again. But at the end of the day, man, right now it's about doing this show today. So thanks for having me on. Much appreciated.
Not a problem at all. Danny, tell them about yourself and what you've been up to.
I'm Danny, aka Comet Chat. Like I said, we rocking and rolling here on Khaos Central, man. Our shows have gotten so much better, in my opinion, from when we started off. So I'm definitely proud of that. Our questions are fire. And I'm rocking a new T-shirt. It is Lion-O with Monroe's head. Definitely ready for the night, man. And like I said, Nzo's show is Versus. That thing has inspired me, man. I'm thinking about making all new intros for us by listening to some of the KRS and Big Game Beats. I've been playing around in my head. So as soon as my man get back in town, I may pop up with some new intros.
Yeah, good that this shit could inspire you. Something else I was just letting you guys know that in NBA, right, you can upload images. So I've been trying to upload our Khaos Central shit on there.
Cool.
Yeah, man.
Awesome. And guys,
I'm working on something for us for Square One. So
okay,
just be on the lookout for that.
Awesome. Yeah, guys, and I am Chris Knight, of course, the Real Review 3000, my channel, but that's not what we're here for tonight. We're here for the Rule of Three and Khaos Central. So, guys, if you're in the chat, which you see, Geiscar, you're there, Commander Data, I Love Food, G Major, Poe, you guys, please do me a favor, share this out. Let's get some more people here. I'll be tweeting it out as these guys talk on the first topic. But in order to get to that topic, we've got to bring up, yes, that's right, the wheel of topics that is flashing. So we'll stop sharing it and we'll try it again. Oh my, you gotta love it.
See, all right, there we go. Make mistakes, rookie.
I didn't make mistakes. That's StreamYard. It does it every once in a while. I hate it.
I feel it happens to me all the time.
It's like, what the hell? Share it. Just share it. Don't give me flack. Just do it. All right, here we go, guys. Topic number 1. What is it going to be?
Lakers. Yeah, boy.
And you know what?
Yeah, boy.
Wait. Hey, hold on. Actually, I'm gonna let this one go, but I'm gonna have to put it in the other questions too because it didn't save it like it was supposed to. I thought it saved today. What the hell?
You didn't save the new questions?
I did, but for some reason. Here, hold on. Let's close this really quick. I'm gonna see if I can do something. I'm gonna see if perhaps the problem is hold on. Let me see. It might not have reloaded
shadow
there.
coming
Okay,
from?
there we go. What shadow? Yours? Oh,
By the edge of
Light,
my-
something with your lighting, Danny. You look a little dark.
wow. Wow.
It took a while.
Wow.
Okay.
I heard it. I'm like,
Okay,
wow.
okay.
Okay. All right. So I got it loaded up with the questions now. I just didn't upload or didn't load up the new one, but we got it now. But I'm going to go ahead since that question did get picked. We'll go with that because I like this question a lot. Guys, the Lakers won 0 games in the preseason. Should that give Lakers fans a reason to worry, or will they have their chemistry and roles figured out by playoff time and roll through to the finals? That's the question. Who would like to go first?
I'll go.
You
All right,
go.
let me go. Yeah, let me
Imagine that. Okay. And we will now share the screen again. And there's the timer. And here you go. 3 minutes. Nzo, your time starts now.
You guys see the hat, right? The hat that I'm wearing today. So perfect that this question came up because I'm going to trash this fucking Laker ass team. Thank God they did not win a game in the preseason. It's only preseason. I get it. They have 82 games to get better. They probably will get better. But right now, I am enjoying this. Not only that, I got a text from Danny, but like, hey, Lakers lost to Golden State. I was like, oh, yeah, wicked. Checked out the points. Russell Westbrook had like 8 points. 2 assists and something rebounds, right? And this is the same guy who was doing all that triple-double shit for like 3 seasons. You know why he was able to do that? Because the team around him allowed him to do that. But now he's on the Lakers. He can't be doing all that hogging the ball shit that he's trying to do. And like I said at the beginning of the season, he is not going to fit on that team. Now, with all of that hate being said, I need the motherfucking Lakers to get their ass together and make it to the finals because I made Roberto a bet that the Lakers would be in the finals. And I need them to be in the motherfucking finals because I do not want to pay up $50 because this goddamn team did not do what they were supposed to do. I just can't. They got to make it, man.
I've never seen so much duplicitous shit. Oh my God.
As much as I can't stand them, I need them. I need them to. I need them to make it there. I absolutely need them to make it there. At the end of the day, though, to be honest, though, all jokes aside, they got Westbrook, they got AD, they got LeBron James. They will get it together. They are an older team, which could hold them back in some ways, but also the fact that they have history in the NBA, that they all know how to play the game, it's not going to take long for them to get it together. It's just there's other teams that you have to worry about too. Milwaukee, Clippers, you know what I mean? Utah's up and coming. Denver's up and coming. So these are a lot of teams that the Lakers are going to have to contest with. And I'm not sure if they have enough to do that. God knows I hope they do. I really hope they do, but I'm not sure they do. I put my fucking foot in my mouth talking about Lakers were going to be in the finals before I even seen them play together, but I was going off of the star power that they have. And I believe the star power and LeBron James will propel them to the championship round. I really do. I mean, at the end of the day, LeBron's in the season for like, what, 22, 23 seasons, something like that. He knows all he needs to do is get to the playoffs. AD knows all they need to do is get to the playoffs healthy. So I believe that this season they're going to play, but they're not going to like play hard and try and win every game because they know in the long run it's about winning the championship.
Awesome. All right. Danny, 3 minutes. Tell us about it.
I feel like I just went to Hogwarts and got damn some kind of spell put on me. First, I hate what he say, then I like what he says. I'm like, shit, this some kind of fucking Harry Potter spell or some kind of shit. But last night, man, it was like my 2 favorite teams in the NBA playing against each other. And I didn't think Golden State had a chance, man, but they shut Steph Curry down. But Steph Curry did so much other stuff. This is like he did a triple-double last night, and this is the first time he did one since 2016, his 8th one in his career. So the fact that he doesn't have Klay Thompson, his splash brother, is making his game grow more. So last night, Lakers did not look bad. It just like I don't know when Russ Westbrook didn't have his foot on the gas. He was kind of timid, and I think that's kind of feeling out process. He's like, hey, do I pass? Do I do this? Do I let LeBron get off? Do I let AD get off? And him and Rondo can't be on at the same time. So one got to be on team one got to be on the second squad. I'm thinking Russell Westbrook would be better on the second squad. That would give AD and also LeBron a chance to breathe, catch their breath, and still they can have someone out there that can generate shots. I think they're going to get it together, but last night you could see there was some definitely flaws in their rotation. But I think with LeBron James' high IQ, and that he's going to figure out, he's going to say, hey, look, we need to do this, this, and this. So not sure where they're going to see that. I got to watch more games. But last night I was impressed by both teams because both teams shot well. Of course, AD and LeBron, they were like 34 points. One had 34 points, one had 37. Nobody else had any double-digit scores. So I was like, that's a little concerning. So they got to share the ball more. Last night, Golden State beat them off the bench. Their bench play was much stronger. And like I said, Steph Curry, he's more of a facilitator than taking those crazy three-point shots. So maybe that will expand his game. I think the Lakers will get it together. I'm not sure how if they're going to roll through so easily because they are the oldest team in the NBA. Also, they play in the toughest division. So it's got to be game on every night. Or they got to figure out the math and see how many games he can win to get into the playoffs and then go from there and then put on the A game. They can't play every night. LeBron James cannot play every night. AD can't play every night. So they got to maximize their rest schedule and stuff. They play a lot of back-to-back games. But I think if they figure it out that they definitely will make the playoffs. The championship, Western Conference Championship, I don't know. I haven't seen other teams play in the West yet.
Okay, very good.
Better.
Righty, 3 minutes. I know some teams, and there's some of those teams in baseball, or some of them in football that, listen, it's more of a let's just get the basics down. Let's just go out there and do the absolute basic minimal that we need to do. And a lot of people, especially in football these days, with trick plays and stuff, they don't want to come out and show all that stuff. So sometimes they just don't, I don't want to say try as hard, but they are not as worried about the W as much as just let's get out there. Let's just do our basic packages. And let's see what's going on. I think it's the same thing in basketball. Baseball, I know teams that have almost gone straight through winning every game in the preseason and then can't win worth of crap during the regular season. Kansas City Royals would be one of them in the past. The preseason is a preseason. It's a warm-up. It's getting you all in gear. It is learning your roles. It's learning the rhythm that everybody has together. So I wouldn't be as concerned. Go 10 games down the line. If you still see this stuff happening, if you don't see a turnaround, then you got to be concerned. But it's the Lakers. I mean, we're talking about the Nets with the team they've got. The Lakers are kind of that in the West. I mean, so I don't think that there'll be an issue in the long run. I think they'll get there and then they'll be able to push through. I don't know for sure if they're going to make it to the final, but I'm pretty darn sure they can make it to the playoffs. In fact, what is the how many teams go to the playoffs now?
16 each conference.
Yeah, I mean, come on, that's 30.
No, 8.
It's 8.
Eight.
Oh,
Eight. Yeah.
Oh, it's just 8. Okay, let's say.
Yeah, 8.
I was about to say, man.
No, bro. That's no team in the NBA.
Yeah, right. That's 8.
But even with 8 teams, I mean, you got what, 4 divisions in each conference now?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So I mean, you get your top ones, and then you get 4 wild cards, then, right? Or 4 secondary picks.
No.
And then wild cards is like first place 8th, second place 7th.
Right.
Okay, so
third
it's the
place
top
6th,
8.
and then fourth place 5th.
It's the type of okay. So it's more like so it's standard tournament bracket. Still, though, I mean, that's 8 teams. I don't think they're going to be the 8th worst team, so they can make it through the season.
The West is hard, boy.
I know it is.
The West
but I don't think
is strong. Yeah.
I don't think though that it's going to be. I mean, if they don't make it to the playoffs, I think they blow the team up and everybody's done. I don't see if they don't make it to the playoffs this year, then I don't know if you keep that around for another year. Let's keep talking about this 3 minutes.
All I can say it's not a foregone conclusion because everybody's is just harping on doggone Brooklyn. Man, Milwaukee beat Brooklyn ass pretty soundly last night.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think it's a foregone conclusion that Lakers going to get to the championship and Brooklyn going to get to the Eastern Conference. I don't think because Milwaukee looked like the champs last night.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see.
The Milwaukee Bucks are going in with that confidence, and I'm looking at the Western Conference here. So there's the Golden State Warriors, there's the Nuggets, there's the Jazz. Kings are coming up. Suns, they made it to the finals last year. I think that was a fluke, though. But
Portland.
Those are some of the Portland too, right? Portland's really good
with Dame Dash and CJ McCollum.
Yeah, so those are teams that the Lakers are really going to have a problem with. You know what I mean? Are going to have problems with. So they definitely have to get their act together. And I hope they do. I'm sitting here, I'm like, yo, bro, I'll be cheering for the Lakers this year. I can't cheer for the Spurs. They ain't gonna do shit. So I'm off for cheer for the money. That's what I'm going for.
Man, the Bucks beat the Nets 127-104. Now I know they got that Kyrie Irving
trip. Yeah.
Still, man. Kevin Durant and doggone James Harden.
Well, that's the thing. The Bucks have been good for like 3 years. They just couldn't get over that hump. Last year they got over that hump, so they're going to be even better.
Yeah, they good.
You know what I mean?
Brother. They good.
Yeah, they're going to be better. They're going to be better. They're going to have their games where they mess up and stuff like that, but they're definitely going to be better.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's. I don't think I'm that worried about them yet. I haven't watched the games. I don't know. It just depends. Like I said, I'm more concerned. How many games they play now? 80 what?
82.
82. Okay, yeah. So I'm more concerned after the first 8th of the season, 10 games in. If you still see the problems, if you still see the miscues and things like that, that tells you it's deeper than jitters or we're just not quite, playing well together yet. That starts coming on to somebody isn't happy. Somebody thinks they're not getting the ball enough. Somebody's not, dispersing the ball well enough. A lot of that stuff. That's when you start seeing those problems. And then you really start seeing them after 20 games because by that time, frustration kicks in. So if they're like 4-16, 20 games in, that's when you know there's a problem. I
hate the fucking NBA League Pass. Gotta get on my damn nerves.
Why?
Because if you get the app, the NFL app, it gives you 2 games you watch. NBA League Pass won't give you shit, motherfucker.
Aren't you supposed to get all the games with League Pass?
That's what I thought.
No, I'm talking about on the app on your phone.
Oh, on the app.
On my NFL app on my phone. I don't know why. Yeah. I don't pay for nothing. They shows me 2 games every Sunday. NBA League don't do that shit. It shows me damn statistics or damn highlights. I don't want to see that shit.
All right, really quick, V-Star, Dandelion Fluff. Let's see your drop shot. Guys, thank you for being here. Let's continue with this. Second question. DC is making an animated milestone, and let me know because I think Nzo, this is your question. Let me know if I typed it out right because I think there was some stuff I had to guess on. DC is making an animated milestone, which is a comic based on Black superheroes. If this movie fails, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Do you think it's proof that unknown superheroes based on Black characters are not as profitable as characters that were race bent? Is that correct?
Would be race bent like Superman.
Or would be race bent. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So were or would be
race bent
at the end. So that's the question, guys. I just want to make sure because I don't like I didn't have time. I was at work all day, and I was like, oh, damn it, and I forgot just now. I was like, oh, fuck.
It's okay.
Just want to make sure I got your question right, man. All right, so hey, Jack, what's going on? Good to see you. All right, there's the question, the thing. Danny, you want to go first this time?
Yes, sir.
All right, here you go. Go ahead.
All right, is making an animated milestone, which come if movie fails. I don't think if the movie fails, it's because that black characters aren't powerful. Because we see that Black Panther definitely made $1 billion, so that's not it. I think it's going to depend upon how much energy and how good the script is. Because you could have Denzel Washington, Idris Elba, the most popular black character actors in the day, but the script is crap. It's just going to be crap. So I don't think the fact what color they are or what sex it is, I think it's going to be depending and hinged upon is the script good, because um, none of us really knew about it except a few nerds about Guardians of the Galaxy. But I guess some people thought the script was good, and it turns out to be whatever the case may be. A lot of normies didn't know about Venom, so to speak, but I think the first one was good, but I think the second one is much better. I know a lot of people that never heard of Black Panther. I could tell you that from the conversation. Who's that? Where's Wakanda? But it came out to be good. And then, of course, I guess the grandfather of them all is Blade. Nobody really knew about Blade when it came out, whenever it came out these years ago. But Blade is very popular. So I think if the script is good, it's good action, story doesn't lull or it just doesn't put you to sleep, that it doesn't matter whether the character is black per se. And I'm sticking with the question. I just think the script has to be good or decent. The script is good and decent. That's saying one thing, but if it's a good script and then the actor or actress fails it and then does that on a consistent basis, then that may be it. But if one movie flops, you can't say necessarily that it's because of the actor's race or sex. You have to look at the whole totality of, was the script good? Did it compete against something else that was more better? Um, the story makes sense. Several different variables I think you would have to account for its success or its failure. I just don't think you can say, "Up, black superhero ain't gonna make it." I don't think so. I could be wrong, but you're gonna have more than just one bad flop. Um, I know a lot of people may not give things a chance because they feel a certain way, like the Black Superman. Oh, that's not my Superman, blah blah. But depending on who you get, that could sway that, because a lot of women love Michael B. Jordan. I done seen it on black, white, English, American, Australian. Them women love some Michael B. Jordan. So I think if you put Michael B. Jordan in some Superman tights, they ass will go see it. I could be wrong, but that's what I think.
All right, very good. All right, let's reset this and Nzo, go.
Yes. I'm on the same kind of level as Danny. I put this on here because that would be what the narrative is. In what some ways I do agree with it, right? I do agree with that they would say that. Doesn't necessarily mean it would be true. It would have to be if the story is good, right? Now, me, I've always been the type of person that I didn't give a damn whether they race bend the character or anything like that, right? And people say, well, why don't they make original characters? And my thing is, yeah, they could, but if you're a studio and you say, let's make Milestone or let's make a Black Clark Kent, they're gonna go with the Black Clark Kent because they're gonna feel it's more recognizable because it's Clark Kent as a Superman, right? So I ain't saying that if they do original characters that they won't succeed. 100%. I believe if the story is good, they will succeed. Like Danny said, nobody knew who the hell Guardians of the Galaxy was, and that movie was fire. So what they have to do is make sure that they focus on the script and not pandering to people. And when I was watching the DC fandom, the guys that created the comic book were talking about making it, and they were like, yeah, they felt passionate about it. So I'm thinking, okay, if they have the original writers and creators of the comic book involved in the cartoon, then I'm all for that too. That's why Stargirl is so good, because the original creator has a hand in that show, and he's not going to let them to do any stupidness or anything that doesn't go with the comic book or what his vision is. So that's what I think they have to do with these comics. I have no idea who Milestone is. I really don't. Never heard of them. Seen the picture there, and I was like, okay, looks kind of interesting. I'll definitely check it out. What's the other one? Invincible. Never knew who Invincible was. You know what I mean? Never. Rob used to talk about him all the time, but I had no idea about it. Watched the cartoon.
Fire.
That is fire, right? Absolutely. So they got to stick true to the comic book or to the story for it to have a good story, for it to be good. It doesn't matter if the characters are black, if they're white, as long as you put the story behind it that is good. And that's why I say I don't care about the race bending either, because if you put a story behind a black Clark Kent and you make it good, by the time the movie is done, no one will care that they just watched a black Superman movie. But if you start pandering and if you start doing all kinds of stuff in there that just makes no sense to the Superman character, then you're going to hear backlash over and over again. I keep bringing it up. The Ancient One in Doctor Strange. Oh, I can't believe they race bend the Ancient One. I can't believe it. After the movie came out, crickets. No one said shit about the fucking Ancient One being race bent and gender bent too. So they doubled it up on her. So just make it good. That's all.
Yep. Hey, again, Jack Slaw's in the house. David's here also. Guys, make sure you share out the stream and stick around, guys. Final 5. We got some good stuff for that. 3 minutes on this. Yeah, I mean, I think that's any story. Compelling. You gotta do due diligence with the script, find the right directors, and most importantly, you find the right actor, because I think too often now they just pick somebody that fits a profile they want to push or the agenda,
Right.
like we've said. And like, let's say it's a gay black actor or gay Asian actor or something like that. Sometimes they do that, and it's like, okay, was this the best choice, or was this a choice based off of what you're trying to say? Hey, look, we're not only being diverse, but we're being inclusive and all this other stuff. It's like sometimes just having a really good actor in a part is what matters. So you got to kind of take what you can get. If it's somebody that can carry that part, absolutely, you go for that guy, not the guy that's an unknown or something and all this stuff. Not saying that people shouldn't get a chance, but I don't think they should get a chance with movies that are going to be criticized deeply. And well, comic book movies are criticized deeply because people care about it. They have a vested interest in it. So when you go and you don't put your due diligence into, especially the main actor, and in this case, a black actor, there are lots of people who can play a black superhero. Samuel L. Jackson in what was it? Was that Unbroken or Unbreakable? Yeah, Unbreakable. Yeah. Perfect guy. And like Bruce, he worked really well with Bruce Willis. So like if you have another character, no matter what color skin they have, just another character who's important to the movie, if that chemistry only heightens the whole experience, that's even better. So I think their chemistry with Bruce Willis and Samuel L. Jackson, because they've worked together before, let's just be honest, that's part of the reason. But that chemistry was perfect in that movie. And those things, you have to pay attention to those things. It's always nice to bring up a new actor. It's always nice to be inclusive and diverse at the same time. That's great. But if it hurts your film because you're just looking for somebody that fits those parts, that's what's hurting a lot of these films. It's not that they don't have black actors that can do these parts. It's that they're going for the wrong ones. And I think that's the big problem. I don't think it's about the diversity or the the story. I don't think it's that. I think it's pick the right people who can play that part and knock it out of the park. And then, like you said, after the ancient one, nobody said anything. There's a lot of that stuff. Once they see it, they're like, holy crap. And they just shut up because it was everything they could want. And they never think about that anymore. They don't think about, oh, that was a black actor, or that was this, or that was that. It's a movie now. And that's what you want. 3 minutes, we can all talk about this together.
Yeah, because like I watched for the first time the director's cut of Daredevil. And it made me, I thought it was excellent compared to the first one. Like, well, why the hell didn't they show this? And no one said a word when we saw Wilson Fisk, black man. I was like, damn, he's big as Wilson Fisk. That fight scene, man, his fucking arms look big as my fucking thighs. And I know in the comic book that Wilson Fisk is a big ass man, muscled up. So to me, it was just normal. So I don't think that just because in the comic book or the movies we see something that is set in stone that it has to be like that. Like all of us are saying, if the story is good, shit. Han Solo, Luke Skywalker, them fuckers could be black. I don't care. The shit good. It's good. I mean, I don't like Mace Windu dude solely because he's black. I like him because he's a bad motherfucker.
And him being black doesn't hurt. You know what I mean?
But I mean, it ain't the sole reason. Your damn purple lightsaber and them damn looks on his face. This party is over. He's too goddamn dangerous to be left alive. That way he should have said it. See, that's what I would have said. But George Lucas wouldn't have let that fly. But that's damn sure what I would have said.
Yeah, I mean,
go ahead, Chris.
Okay. No, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I agree with you, right? It doesn't really matter the color as long as the story is good, man. Just put a good story behind it, man. And
I'm gonna say this.
Yeah.
There's one exception to the rule. I do not want to see a white man play the Black Panther. That ain't gonna look right. That is not gonna look right.
No, I agree with you.
That's the exception to the rule. That's what I gotta say.
Well, there are some times that I think that, and I don't mean to be a certain way with this. I think that there's that double standard that, well, we don't get to do this, we don't get to do that. But there are certain no-goes, and one of those no-goes is something like that. Black Panther. How can you race swap that? I mean, I don't see that.
Yeah,
I mean, Wakanda. Where's Wakanda?
But correct me if I'm wrong. You kind of feel that same way about James Bond, right? You'd be pissed if they make a 007 and it's Jane Bond instead of James Bond.
Well, okay, in woman, yes, okay, yes. Any man, I don't care. I just think that part is a man's part, and I'm not being chauvinistic. I'm just saying that's what it is. Because when you make it a woman, you take everything. Because listen, they're going to take away the chauvinist, and I know he's a chauvinist. You're going to take away the womanizer, the drinker, the cold person.
How about if it's a ass person like Kate Bessinger or whatever her name is, and she's kick ass in the damn the vampire underworld.
Yeah.
They get somebody with her background, British, and she just a badass, and she's like the male version of James Bond.
You do a spinoff. Just do a spinoff. Just a spinoff.
I got you.
It is the same way. I think that's a no-go, as just like you said with Black Panther. I think it's a no-go.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into our third topic here, guys.
But a female Bond may get a whole new fan base that they never
wouldn't be Bond anymore because they take away everything that Bond is. Ooh. All right. In Wu-Tang and America's Saga, it said that Raekwon shot up Ghostface Killer's house where his mother and two brothers live. But this is made up for dramatization. Do you think it is fair to make up stuff for a movie, show, or documentary if it is about real situations in life?
Nice. Let me go first on this.
All right.
Absolutely. We'll let you go first. Let me get that. Oops. Let me get the timer up. Here we go. 3 minutes. Go.
I don't know if fair is an accurate word. Is it fair or not? I maybe would say agreeable because if, let's say, for instance, me and Alonzo, you do they do it all the time when you go on people's court. That stuff that ain't real. I mean, it's real life situations, but the outcome is already determined. And they both going there knowing they're gonna get some money, or we gonna split the money. Hey, Alonzo, yeah, I ain't pay you rent in five weeks or whatever, 5 months. But we go on people's court, man. They're gonna give me $10,000. I'll give you half of it. Shit, yeah, I'll take that. Okay. They go on there and that could
Mm-hmm.
only. So if Raekwon and Ghostface both agree to it on the show that hey, yeah, we'll say this right here, and they cool with it, and I'm pretty sure they're getting paid per episode or something. And if they say let's throw it in there and make more money, if the two parties in question agree about it, shit, I don't care whether it's fair or not. I mean, it's drama, it's TV, so they're gonna. You don't want to sit there and see nothing humdrum. The three of us always say we try to entertain. And sometimes we pick topics because we think that topic is going to generate a certain kind of heat. So
Mm-hmm.
they got two people. You see all the time in wrestling, the Hardy Boys. They come out, they partners. Then guess what? They lose a little bit of heat. Oh, let's make it so brother against brother or father
Mm-hmm.
against son, Dusty Rhodes and his son. So that's just part of trying to keep stuff fresh, trying to keep the audience, the target audience engaged. So fair, I don't know if fair ain't got anything to do with it. But if it's profitable, don't nobody give a shit about fair. So, like I said, if the parties agree to it, there's a contract in place that hey, ABC 1, 2, 3, they sign off on it. Hey, if it makes for better TV, better ratings, then they're gonna do it. I mean, that's the world we live in now. And like I said, we are living somewhat by that same decree because we have all said individually and collectively, we want topics, we want conversations that's going to stimulate the audience and get people in here and get more viewers, get more subscribers. So they have that same formula they try and do on these shows. You want a target audience, you want more viewers. So the more controversial they can make it, the more crazy they can make it. Sometimes crazy sells, sometimes controversy sells. So um, don't want to sound redundant, but fair ain't got nothing to do with it. If it's making money, it's making dollars, it's making sense. So I think that if Raekwon and Ghostface Killer and his family don't care, I know I don't care. So
Fair enough. That's all good. All right. Anzo, 3 minutes. Go.
Mm-hmm. Well, first off, I'm going to say Danny is absolutely right, right? Because you have to do these things in the dramatization and in the shows to get people to watch it because it's going to be boring if you don't add no drama to it. The only reason I'm pissed off is because it came on last year and I'm watching this shit and I believed it. I'm like, holy shit, like this is what happened between these guys. And then just recently I'm watching an interview with Rizza and he's like, yeah, you know, dramatization, blah, 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 this and that. So I'm like, okay, so they made that up for the TV show, right? But what they did is they talked about it in the first series, in the first season, and then in the second season, they paid it off. Raekwon goes to Ghostface's house and he sees the brothers and he's looking up at the bullet holes and you could tell he was feeling bad. Just the way it was acted and portrayed was really good, right? But at the end of the day, I'm just like, man, if I, it's for me it's a catch 22 as well because I understand it's supposed to be on real life events. It's supposed to be on shit that really happened with the Wu-Tang, how they got the record deal, how they came together and all that stuff. And they actually did it in a way where it was true that Raekwon and Ghostface didn't like each other. That is
Mm-hmm.
100% true. When they first started, they did not like each other. So they built on that, right? And they made the show for TV and they added stuff to it and stuff like that. I completely get that. But when you're doing real events on real people, you're going to have people who don't know that are actually going to think that this shit is what happened, right? They do it in documentaries all the time as well. You know what I mean? Like you can go watch a documentary like Michael Moore. as much as I like some of his documentaries, you can tell right away that his documentaries are biased to one way and one way only. And this is what you have to do if you want to sell your product. So I completely understand that. I just think at the end of the day, it's kind of a misleading thing, especially when it's something so outlandish and out there. Like it's something that was very possible. It's very possible that Raekwon could have shot up his house, right? And you're like, oh my God, Raekwon is this, but it never happened. So I'm just like, if you want to embellish, fine. I just think there should be a little bit of a degree to where you do it, and you're not doing it in a way to make it like just make up bullshit. Yeah, you know what? This scene's going to be good. What we're going to do is we're going to say that you shot up his house and bring more attention to it. But with the fact that these guys lived in the hood, they hated each other. There was already tension between them. You could have said they had a fight. You could have said they shot at each other. But when you start bringing in saying he shot up the house and all of that, and you just, I don't know, man. It's hard to say because one point I understand is for entertainment. You got to keep people watching. You got to give them something to look forward to. You can't have a boring story. But at the end of the day, you're going to have people believe in shit like this is true. So, as I did.
The biggest problem, flat out, is, and this is what I always say, I don't care what the documentary is, whoever's in charge of it is telling you a story, and they want you to hear the story the way they want you to hear it. Not necessarily the truth, not necessarily exactly how it was. It's the way they want it portrayed to you. And Michael Moore is a really good example because he's selling you on one thing. He wants to sell you that what he's showing you is the absolute truth, or it points the finger at somebody and there's no other way to look at it. And that's documentaries for you. So anything, and then let's not even get into reality TV. I've always said this about reality TV. Any reality that has a director is not reality.
Facts.
There's not somebody there pointing and say, okay, we're going to have you come in from this side of the room, and then you're going to come in from this side of the room. You guys are going to get in an argument because you spilled spaghetti sauce on him yesterday or something. That's not how it works. So all of this stuff, if it's on TV, figure that most of it is dramatized and that it's not real. And like, for instance, Straight Outta Compton, great movie. But who was it? Was it was it Ice Cube's ex-wife or girlfriend from back then that came out and said that is not how it was? And then the girls that were involved, I think they released a documentary about it afterwards.
Yeah.
This is how it was. So you always get the two sides of every story. You get the two, and the truth is always in the middle somewhere. And you got to kind of weed through stuff, and you got to kind of say, okay, well, this says this, but I look here, and here's this guy who got all this paperwork from somebody, and it says this about him here. And so, and like court records, all that stuff. The truth's out there. It's just you have to sift through it. I mean, everybody would have you believe that Donald Trump was a great real estate investor in the 80s. He was horrible at it. He just knew how to use the tips, and he knew the tricks to how to get out and not take the brunt of the loss. He threw it on other people, and he threw it on, that's the thing. What you're sold when you read his books, he's going to make it sound like he's God and he knows all about real estate. You ask everybody who's ever dealt with him, they say he's a horrible businessman. So I mean, that's the facts of life. It's there to sell. So if you're watching it on TV, assume that a percentage of it is dramatized. Maybe the situation was real, but they're going to over dramatize it and oversell it to you. 3 minutes. Let's keep talking about this really quick here. But yeah, anything like that.
Yeah, you are absolutely right. Especially when it comes to TV shows. I remember I used to watch Flavor of Love, right? And yes, I used to watch Flavor of Love, right? So the second season, there was a lot of talk about just for TV, just TV for TV. So when the third season, the final season he did, he kept saying, "This is not just for TV," and he was crying in some of the episodes like, "This is not just for TV." And I'm like, okay, if you have to sit there and tell us that it's not just for TV, then it's just for TV, guy. Like, really?
He was dating Bridget Nelson or something like, wasn't it?
No, that was after. When he was dating Bridget, they did the show where they stayed in the house, man, and Vanilla Ice was in there and all of that stuff. I can't remember what it was called.
Is that the Club Rehab or whatever it was? No. I know what you're talking about. I can't remember.
Right, and then they did their own show. Then they broke up, and then he did Flavor of Love.
Jeez,
So,
yeah, yeah.
What the fuck?
Well, I think one of the biggest things.
What's that?
When
so I know Chuck D was like, "What the hell, Flavor?"
You're right.
Right. I know that I watched like the first season of Real World and the first season of Road Rules.
World, I think that was it.
Real World, it was okay. Well, no, you see, Real World was not celebrities.
wasn't it?
Yeah, it wasn't celebrities.
Okay, hold on. I'll find it. Go
and
ahead,
the thing is that after the third or fourth season, they started giving jobs. They just walk into a place and say, "Hey, this is where you're going to work." And it's like, when I started seeing that, I'm like, but that's not real life. There's nothing real about this. I don't get somebody that walks me into a nightclub in New York City and hands me the DJ job there. I don't. That's not life. That's not reality. So I hate the term reality TV. It's like, and who was it that set it up here?
Let me ask Nzo a question.
The Surreal Life. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Donnie.
So you mean to tell me, let's just say hypothetically, they gave us a reality show, three of us, and one year season they're filming in South Carolina, one season in Canada, one season in Kansas City where Chris at. So you mean to tell me, and they create this drama that me and you don't like each other, we mad about something, and my son got with you and your son, and y'all beat him up for that reason. They say that, but it didn't really happen. But say this is still what we're gonna do, and we're gonna pay y'all $2 million.
No problem.
Okay, I just want to make sure that you were saying doing your thing that you had a problem with them. Like shit. My son ain't beat up, and y'all gonna give me $2 million to say he was? Shit, yeah. I'll be like, well, where he decide?
Hey, bro, I know money, man. I was like, hey, you want to give me that money? I will fucking say, I will say anything you want me to say for $2 million.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Anything,
all right, guys.
Anything that's not homosexual, I will say.
That is correct.
Yeah, exactly.
That is correct.
Yeah, and people ask me, they say, what, for $5 million you wouldn't say blah blah blah, and I'm like, nope. If it's anything, like I heard Ron Jeremy one time on the station I actually interned here. He was in town. He came in and they were interviewing him, and they got into the fact that he's done gay porn, and he said, I was always like, no, I'm not doing it. And then some guy who was mostly a heterosexual porn star had done it, and he says, dude, you don't understand. They're going to give you 5 times what you make for a normal movie. And he was top line paid back in the 70s. And he's like, 5 times. He asked about it. They offered him, I can't remember what he said, but it was like some ungodly amount of money. I thought in my head, I'm like, I don't give a fuck.
For real.
If I'm making good money on porn, I'm sticking with it. I'm never going to fucking go that way. It's like, I don't care. The money does not equivalent anything.
Let's just say they say you get $2 million for this sex scene with them, but we give you 10 for no. I'm sorry. When's the next?
I'll take the 2. Thank you very much. Have a good day.
Facts.
You're still paying me to sleep with a woman. I'm fine. 2 million, 100,000, $50. I'd probably.
Facts.
I ain't doing $50. No.
It depends on who it is. I mean, I'm not just gonna do anything. I mean, I'm just saying.
Okay, hold on.
They bring some bog beats in there, man. Here,
no,
$50.
No, I don't mean it like that.
It's $50 to do it with Halle Berry.
Oh, I'll do that for 50 cents.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. It's something like that. Like somebody you'd be like, oh yeah,
we can only pay you a nickel. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah,
That's it.
You know what?
Okay,
you
fine.
know what? You know what?
Your terms are
I'll
agreeable.
I'll pay you the $50.
I get there as long
guys.
as I want to and come.
No.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Here we go. It is time for the final 5 fact or fiction.
Really?
All right, guys. Yeah, you know, I had to.
When you say that, boy.
You know?
It's my trumped up, DJ voice. It's like, all right, ladies and gentlemen, let's do the. That's how, if you ever take a phone call from me and it's business related, all right, and then what do you want to do? It's like you can hear it's that so fake voice that everybody who talks to a DJ expects to get, and it's like, okay, whatever. All right, final 5 fact or fiction. Question number 1: DC Fandom Week is here with several first looks and 3 major trailer releases. It's time to speculate which movies will do what. Fact or fiction? The Batman will be the biggest of the DC releases.
Facts.
Fiction.
I know what Danny said.
Fiction from Danny. That's why I put it in here. Facts.
Hey, The Rock is the biggest star, bro. The Rock is the biggest star.
He is, but is he bigger than
Batman? It's just Batman, man.
I'm gonna say fact.
I'm gonna say fact too. I just.
When does it come out?
Let's see here.
I don't know.
I mean, which one comes out first? I know.
I think Black Adam comes out first.
March 4th is the Batman, and
July 29th is Black Adam.
Yeah, July 29th. So they're about it's a few months away.
Fiction.
Fair enough. All right. Next one. The first part of the question stays the same on all 5. Fact or fiction? Shazam 2 will make more money than Shazam 1. Fact.
Where is Nzo?
I don't know. Oh, he came back. There you are.
Yeah.
Fact.
Fact.
Okay, hold on here. All right, you say fact. Danny says fact. I will
lose that first one.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I will go fact with you guys. I think the first one was great, but I think they're going to get a lot more going in this one. That I think people will like it a lot more.
The costumes look better already, so.
Yeah, and I mean there is the part of it that that you gotta you're gonna have to take into account. It all depends on where we're at that time of next year, but I think it's the end of next year, isn't it? Like November or something.
Yeah.
Hold on. Yeah, I think it is.
November.
No, it's more than a year. It's June 2nd of 2023. So yeah, I'm definitely going fact with that one too. So we're all 3 fact on that one. Question number 3. Fact or fiction? Ben Affleck's Batman will die in the Flash movie.
God,
you're killing these ones today. Holy
I don't know,
man.
I don't have a clue.
I'm gonna say fact.
Oh man.
I'm gonna say fact.
I'm gonna say fiction.
All right. I'm going to say fact, but I think this is a setup for a second Flash movie or a team up movie where they'll fix things and he'll come back. If they got him to come back for this movie, I'm hoping they'll have him come back for a Batman movie. I am praying. Well, we'll wait for the next question because that's partially one of the next questions coming up. Here you go. Fact or fiction? Amber Heard will not be in another DC movie after Aquaman 2.
Jesus Christ, bro.
God, where the fuck you getting these questions from?
Shit. Oh my God.
I'm gonna say fiction.
I'm leaning to fiction too, but are we even gonna get a next Iron Man movie? And if I'm gonna say fact. I'm gonna say fact.
She's gonna be in Aquaman 2. We already seen that.
Right? Is she gonna be in
Which be
3?
another one?
Yeah,
I'm gonna say it's fact. I think by the time I think Johnny Depp's gonna win his case here. I think after that they have enough. They're gonna say, okay, we're done. If they haven't already written something into Aquaman 2 where she's dead, and I don't think they'll bring her back. That's what I think, man. I'm 4 facts. Anzo's 4 facts. Danny's 3 fictions. Wow. And then, like I said, this is kind of where I was going with hoping about Ben Affleck at least coming back doing another Batman movie because of this. Fact or fiction? Question number 5 is Black Adam will have an end credit scene with either Shazam and or Henry Cavill's Superman.
Fact.
I'm gonna say fact on this one.
I had to put the and or in it because I'm that's a hope on the Henry Cavill, but I'm going to say fact also. I believe there's more of a chance that it's going to be Zachary Levi as
Shazam.
But with knowing that Ben Affleck's come back as Batman for the Flash movie, it does give me some hope that even if they kill him off, that some of the stuff that Barry Allen does that screws the timeline up, that what the older Batman Michael Keaton's going to say is listen, you picked any time to be here, all the things it says in the trailer, and then it says, but you picked this one to defend or something like that. I think he's going to convince him to go back someplace to change everything back to the way it was, and that'll set everything back straight.
Right.
And then what I hope is that they do something like more like a Crisis on Infinite Earth, and they get like at least one more Batman movie and one more Superman movie, and give them a proper send off or whatever you want to do. Just give them one more each, and then call it good, or make a Crisis on Infinite Earths and just change out who's Batman and who's the real Batman now and who's the real Superman. However you want to do it, but they're keeping everybody. And again, I read up on the Flash today because I'm doing the trailer reaction for my DC Fandom Week. They still listed as the 12th movie in the DCEU. So it's like, if you're still using the DCEU, the only 2 people, Ben Affleck's coming back for the Flash movie, so he's back for that. What about Henry Cavill? You gotta bring him back somehow, even if it's just a bit here or there. But I know a lot of people speculated he might be the next Bond. I don't think that's going to happen, so I don't think he's going to have a conflict of interest. He wants to be Superman. It just seems like it's right to do that. So, all right, guys. So I thought you guys would like this. I figured, hey, DC Fandom last weekend. I'm doing it this week on my channel. Just gotta go for it.
Those are tough questions, man. Those are good ones.
And yeah, I like that though. But we got it all locked in there. Everybody's basically Anzo and I are all 5 fact, and Danny was fiction, fact, fiction, fact. So
interesting.
Well, I guess Anzo, that makes us the yes men.
When I do that mountain thing about myself, it'll feel so much better. I told y'all.
Yeah.
Like the mountain you're standing on with the football picks, right? I get it.
Okay. I do remember I was on. If there's a grand champion of football picks, wouldn't that be me?
You won last year. I get it. I'm gonna take that throne this year.
I'm doing what you and Chris doing. I'm pandering. No, parody. It's gonna be parody. I can't win the whole time.
I feel you.
Just like the Fighting Irish, Notre Dame. They win because God wants them to win, but when they lose, it's still because God wants them to lose because they need to be humble.
Right. Absolutely.
I'll take that.
All right. Let's go around. We'll go back down. Start with Danny first this time. Danny, tell everybody about yourself and what you are up to.
Danny Graham, aka Comic Chat. My shows Monday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Chaotic Conversation here on Chaos Central. Good show, man. And like I said, we are putting a lot more effort and thought into our questions, and man, I'm really enjoying it. So please, if you have not subbed to us or ever heard of us, please do. My channel, Chris channel, Nzo's channel, you see right here, Biggaford Entertainment. I'm Comment Chat, and he is Chris Knight of the Real Review 3000. So please do, man. We appreciate all the support, everyone in the chat. Thank you very, very much for coming each and every week. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Indeed. Nzo, tell everybody about yourself, what you're doing. Give them a little insight to what's going on in the OOC. The OOC next.
OOC is coming up next, guys. Maybe if I hear from Roberto. Okay, yeah, he's coming. All right, so OOC is coming up next. I have to make sure. Got 2 good topics on there, and maybe a third one, which was it was a video from last year. Roberto never seen it before. I never seen it before, but we haven't bashed cops in a while, so I figure maybe we'll pop that one up there.
Danny, you gonna be on the show?
I'll probably be in the chat. I'm not being on the show that's gonna bash cops. That ain't
happening. But the first 2 topics, the one is gonna be Netflix with Dave Chappelle. There's a protest and all kinds of stuff going on. So that one, and then they have a new series coming on called Black. I think it's called Black and White, where they take a black family and paint them white, and they take a white family and paint them black. Yes,
Ooh,
that is correct.
Hell?
That is correct. There is a show like that.
That could be some.
Where the hell did that make it through the HR department? Wait, what are you wanting to do? Wait a minute here.
They actually look like a black person and white people.
I'm going to show some clips from the show because I found an episode online, so you guys can check that out. It's cringy. That's all I'm going to say.
Is this a Fox News, like the Fox channel thing?
Man,
I don't know what show. I don't know what episode.
Ass whipping if you're in the wrong
Facts.
side of the fence.
Wow.
It could be your ass hanging in a tree if you're on the other side of the fence.
Facts.
Oh,
100%.
I'm just telling you, man. I'm just telling you.
Yeah, man. So we're gonna do that on the OOC. But like I said, we have the 3 shows on the Khaos Central channel. We have the we have Khaos List, Chaotic Conversation, Rule of 3. And I'm really glad that you guys come in to check us out all the time, man. It's great. I do appreciate it. And the questions on this show and the top 5 have been fucking amazing. So good job, Chris. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. I am Chris Knight, the Real Review 3000. As Danny has said, is my channel. This week we're doing DC Fandom Week. I did it last year, doing it this year. We're going over the trailers, talking about those. Tonight we're releasing The Flash. Talking about The Flash and its trailer. I think at the end of it, when it goes black, I think he pulls back the thing and finds the old Batmobile just by the look of the dude. I saw that. I'm like, oh, come on, dude. I cannot wait for this movie now.
Same here.
Dude. All right. Anyways, guys, thank you all for showing up. Remember, we're here 3 nights a week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Monday is Danny Graham's show. That is the Chaotic Conversation. Tuesday is Nzo's show. That is the Khaos List. And Wednesday is my show. And that is the Rule of 3. All 3 at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can't miss it if you tune to this channel, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. You will find a show here. The only time that might change is the first week of November. I think we're taking off because it will be the Rumble Tournament of Champions, guys. Anzo's the first grand champion from last season. This season, Danny is in the running for the second grand champion. So, guys, you want to check that out, too. There'll be more information coming out probably next week about that. So, wait, is today Wednesday? I think so. Don't quote me on that, but I think so. With that said, guys, as always, peace.